A voice that once shook the foundations of reality television is now breaking its silence on a decade of hidden turmoil. We begin today's special report with the operatic sensation Jonathan, the man who famously stunned back in 2012. While the world saw a meteoric rise to fame, our investigative look into his 2026 update reveals a much more complex narrative playing out behind the velvet curtains. For years, fans have speculated about his sporadic disappearances from the public eye and his sudden shifts in demeanor. Today, we aren't just looking at a singer. We are analyzing a man who has finally stepped out from the shadow of a persona he never truly owned. The boy with the shirt has evolved into a figure of significant mystery, and the latest news regarding his personal journey is sending shockwaves through the music industry. As we peel back the layers of his recent emotional update, the truth is far more gripping than any stage performance. The search for an explanation for his eccentric reputation has finally led to a landmark medical discovery. In a move that has redefined his relationship with his global, Jonathan has officially come forward regarding a life-altering diagnosis. Reporters have long noted his quirky interviews and his tendency to retreat into isolation, but the singer has now confirmed that he is on the autism spectrum. He describes this realization not as a setback, but as the missing puzzle piece that explains 30 years of feeling fundamentally different from his peers. This revelation serves as an self-advocacy, as he explains how his brain processes sound, social cues, and the immense pressure of the spotlight differently. By labeling his experience, he has effectively dismantled years of tabloid speculation that unfairly painted him as difficult or reclusive. It is a moment of profound clarity that marks the start of a completely new chapter. Before the standing ovations and the platinum records, there was a young man standing on the very edge of a total collapse. To understand the gravity of Jonathan's 2026 transformation, we must revisit the harrowing conditions of his pre-fame life, which have recently come back into focus. Our reports indicate that at just 17, Jonathan suffered a severe nervous breakdown fueled by relentless, localized bullying regarding his appearance. The trauma was so deep that he had essentially withdrawn from society before his television debut even occurred. This context changes everything we thought we knew about his shy audition. He wasn't just nervous about singing. He was a survivor of a hostile environment trying to reclaim his humanity. His recent updates suggest that those early scars never truly faded, and much of his career has been a quiet battle against the echoes of those nasty words that almost ended his journey before it truly began. The resilience shown here is staggering. A decade later, the echoes of a high-stakes industry ultimatum still resonate through Jonathan's professional choices. One of the most controversial points in his career remains the moment a powerful music mogul suggested he dump his singing partner for solo glory. While the narrative at the time focused on his loyalty to Charlotte, new insights suggest this was the exact moment Jonathan began to distrust the traditional pop star machinery. The pressure to conform to a specific commercial mold created a friction that led to his eventual departure from major labels. He chose integrity over the easy path to billionaire status, a move that baffled industry insiders but earned him a fiercely loyal underground following. This internal conflict wasn't just about a partnership. It was a rebellion against a system that didn't understand his unique neurological needs. He chose to protect his soul at the cost of his proximity to the mainstream charts. What the public perceived as a career decline was actually a calculated retreat into a sanctuary of self-preservation. Between the years of 2018 and 2024, the brand seemed to vanish from the front pages, leading to rampant rumors about his physical health and private struggles. However, our 2026 investigation confirms that this dark period was actually a period of intense creative and mental rebuilding. Jonathan moved away from the opera-like expectations of the industry to find a sound that resonated with his true identity. He spent these years navigating the complexities of his mental health without the prying eyes of the paparazzi, essentially deconstructing the prodigy image to build a man. This period of silence was not an absence of work, but an absence of performance. He was learning how to live as an adult who finally understood why the world felt so loud. The mystery of his disappearance has finally been solved by his own admission of need for space. A new anthem has emerged from the silence, signaling a total departure from the classical constraints of his youth. With the release of his latest single, All of Me, in early 2026, we are seeing a Jonathan who is no longer hiding behind the formality of traditional opera. The vocal delivery is, the lyrics are more personal, and the production feels homegrown rather than manufactured in a boardroom. Critics are calling this his most honest work, as it mirrors his recent emotional transparency regarding his autism diagnosis. This isn't just a marketing pivot, it is a sonic manifesto. He is reportedly preparing a full-length project titled Speaking to You, which aims to bridge the gap between his operatic roots and his love for contemporary storytelling. The music serves as the bridge for those who felt he had lost his way, proving that his voice has only grown more powerful with the weight of his lived experience and his newfound self-acceptance. In an era of viral misinformation, the singer is finally addressing the Whisper campaign regarding his physical transformation. For years, YouTube, tribute videos, and tabloid headers have obsessively tracked Jonathan's weight and physical appearance, often using shocking imagery to drive clicks. In his latest 2026 update, Jonathan has addressed these concerns with a refreshing lack of shame, shifting the focus from his body to his mind. He has subtly corrected the narrative, suggesting that his physical changes are merely symptoms of his internal state and that wellness looks different for everyone, especially those who are neurodivergent. By refusing to play into the weight loss journey trope that the media loves, he has reclaimed his body from the public discourse. He is making it clear that his value is not tied to a scale, but to the resonance of his art and the clarity of his spirit. This directness has effectively silenced the more predatory elements of his online coverage. The man we see today is intentionally unguarded, embracing a persona that defies every industry standard for a male tenor. Observers have noted that Jonathan's recent public appearances feature a more eccentric style, from his choice of attire to his unscripted, sprawling social media live streams. While some critics initially viewed this as a sign of instability, his 2026 report clarifies that this is his true north. He is no longer masking his autistic traits to make others comfortable. He is leaning into his passions with a fervor that is both infectious and slightly rebellious. This new Jonathan is a man who builds Lego sets, discusses philosophy, and sings arias in the same breath. It is a radical act of self-love in an industry that usually demands performers standardize their personalities for global consumption. He is setting a new precedent for how artists can exist in the digital age without sacrificing their authentic, albeit unusual, characteristics. The ripple effect of his emotional honesty is creating a new kind of superfan culture rooted in shared vulnerability. Jonathan's 2026 update hasn't just affected his career, it has transformed his, known as the, into a support network for mental health and neurodiversity awareness. We've seen a surge in testimonials from fans who feel seen by his journey, moving the conversation far beyond simple musical appreciation. His willingness to discuss legal accusations and industry conflicts in a sanitized, respectful manner has taught his followers how to navigate their own struggles with grace. The community is no longer just waiting for the next high note. They are waiting for the next piece of wisdom. This shift from idol to advocate is perhaps his most successful transition yet, ensuring that his legacy will be defined by the lives he touched rather than just the records he sold. He has cultivated a safe space in one of the most volatile corners of the internet. As the curtain rises on his most significant year yet, we are left to wonder if we ever truly knew the man at all. To conclude our report, Jonathan's 2026 update serves as a powerful reminder that success is a subjective metric. He could have been a carbon copy pop star, but he chose to be a pioneer for the misunderstood. As his new album approaches this March, the narrative is no longer about a talent show contestant who did well. It's about a man who survived the crushing weight of public expectation to find his own frequency. He has turned his emotional update into a roadmap for anyone feeling like an outsider, proving that the most shocking thing an artist can do is simply be themselves. Whether you are here for the music or the man, one thing is certain. The voice of an angel has finally found the courage to speak its own truth. And what happened next would shock everyone as he prepares to take his final form on the world stage.